Well, it is a nervous time, but these are positive nerves. The prospects are so great. The potential, be it financial or reputational, is huge because success in this competition brings so much. And the supporters are here to take it in for themselves and to drive the team on. Truly, this is crunch time. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, as you can see, we've already started here.
Well, if you're looking for a showstopper, I think we need to look no further than Kaka here, Peter. To me, it's all going to be about how much of the ball he's going to see.
So does he have a specific role?
Yeah, basically to get on it and take it to the opposition. That's what he does. And in doing that, he engages everybody around him.
Yeah, he's terrific. And it's Kaka. Played down the flank.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
That is a brilliant interception. Tries to pass it through. Conte. And the pass is intercepted. Now it's Cantona. Oh, perfectly measured that. And it's made its way to him. Big chance! Now, who's going to be first to this?
What a cracking save from the keeper. That may turn out to be a pivotal moment.
That pass has been well intercepted. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Ambitious ball here. Koundé. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both.
And he shoots! Petit. Platini. Now it's Cantona. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Played out to the right. Played into space. Now that's well seen too. Now it's Cantona. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
France clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Cantona. Now it's Mbappe. He's in a great position here. And he's away. He's through. Decent chance! Goal! France! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, that silenced the crowd, Peter. Item 1 on the to-do list. Done.
Looking for a runner. Neymar. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me,
he's had a shot! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
It's quite a show he's putting on here. This is excellent work.
And we have our very first corner. Roberto Carlos goes short. France are looking to go forward now. Kaká. Ronaldinho looking to be a menace in the final third. No, that's been intercepted. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Oh, that... And a shot! That's another chance! Sticks it away! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky. It'll come your way.
France are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Denilson! It's loose, and it's been given away. And another try! Cleared without complication. Now it's Mbappe. Beraldo cuts it out. Kaka. Defending was strong and firm. Now it's Mbappe. Can he get it through? And it's been played through. Mbappe takes a shot! Relentless! Just relentless! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye.
Oh, what a lovely exchange, Peter. I mean, he did the give and go, and that's just a lovely return ball. The weight of it was absolute perfection.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Saliba calmly anticipates. Beraldo promptly onto that, and that is that. Roberto Carlos, and it's Ronaldinho. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, who would have thought it? A huge chasm between the two teams already, and it might grow even wider in this second half.
It's an eye-catching scoreline, but it's a fair reflection on what we've just seen in this first half, Peter. Now they just need to make sure they retain their focus until the very end. No slip-ups.
France are relentlessly steamrolling their way to victory then. 3 goals scored without reply. And we're underway again. Marquinhos cuts out the pass. Danielson. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Danielson. Oh, well played. Platini. Cantona. Conte.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Marquinhos wins the duel this time. Out of play for a throw. Hangs in a cross.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
Kaka. Played out towards the right wing. Casemiro. A probing pass. It's not an especially good pass, that. Oh, he's been caught napping. Climbs up big. Decent attempt, but not quite good enough.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
Belletti. And he's decided to go for it. And he should have made it 4.
Well, it was an ambitious attempt, but it'll keep the defence on its toes at least.
That's a cute ball. 3-0 the score, and very little to suggest that much is going to change. Beraldo gets across to intercept that. It's a searching pass. He's going for goal! Ronaldinho! Wow! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! Oh, a goal of real quality. He made it look ridiculously easy.
Ronaldinho really showed his coolness, Peter, by not getting flustered on such a tough skill. And for me, it was controlled perfection.
So, just a consolation, or is there a way back from here? No, he's just misjudged that one. It's Ronaldinho! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Corner number 2 then. Kaká! No, he didn't quite meet it right. Ronaldinho. Kante does well to get it back. That is good alertness. That's a pretty loose pass. Conte. And it's Kaká. Now he's got space here. Ah, that's a fine interception. Casemiro does really well to win the ball there. Denilson. That's a corner kick. Brazil have their third corner. And now they can spring out of defence. And that's been slipped through. Just the keeper to beat. Goes for a shot. Goal! And the lead is extended still further. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
It's starting to look like a done deal now. He's shifting through the gears here. Quick look. Cantona! Tries to get it clear. Oh, easy pickings there. Ronaldinho. Looking for the run. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Spread it left. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Casemiro. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Looking for options for movement. Beraldo kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Marquinhos. He won't be happy with that one. Kaká. To Denilson. Platini. Now it's Cantona. And France can counter now. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Now, can they get him away? Oh, well played, well sorted out. Roberto Carlos is sporting a guilty look after that.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. And here's Neymar. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Nice-looking ball. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Beraldo kept his eye on it, and he's there. Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. Not the most accurate pass. Well, there's the clearance. Taken back almost at once. And that is as far as it goes. France have done it. The perfect outcome in this most pressured of games. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and joining me here, our expert, Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on.
Giuliano Belletti will undoubtedly have a very busy game here, Peter. He's good going in both directions and has a very impressive engine.
One of those who's become a cult hero for every club he's represented. Famously, of course, 3 years in Catalonia and 1 goal, the winner in a European final.
Yeah, well, who could forget that? But first and foremost, I see him as someone who always puts in an honest shift. He'll do everything his manager asks him to do and will rarely let you down.
There's the whistle, and here we go. Now it's Eto'o. Played out towards the right wing. Carrillo played back into the centre.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Spread it left. He's dealt with that really well. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Bebeto showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but... And a chance! There it is!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
So smooth. A signature finish.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
It is a super start. So far, so very good. Carrillo. A probing pass. There's the delivery. Punched away. And he gets rid in a hurry. Can he get on the end of this? Alaba gets it clear. Out towards the flank. Played in deep. That's a decent clearance. And he's opted for the long pass. Flamengo leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Alaba. Roberto Carlos. This is De Jong. And it's Belletti. That's Rudiger. Griezmann. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Pass somewhat off target. It could be Bebeto! And that is quite wonderful! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And that is goal number 20. He has given that the lot. Bang!
Well, Peter, it would have taken something incredible for the keeper to keep that one out. It was absolutely spanked.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it. Now they have it.
Opts for safety. Played back. Eto'o in the hunt and looking threatening. Roberto Carlos. And he's forced to go back. That'll be a throw. Carrillo. Passing is crisp and sharp. Griezmann. Flamengo do have a chance to counter here. Oh, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Looks to the other side.
That's a great ball crossfield.
And here's Eto'o. Tries a deft little ball. And it's hoisted clear. Flamengo heading towards the half-time break. The wind very much in their sails. Real chance! And he's really put himself on the line here. He gets big! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different. That's a delicate pass. He's having a shot! Oh, that is rather wayward.
I think it's a very fair effort, Peter, considering he didn't have much in the way of space to play with.
Iniesta. And it's Belletti. It's an early cross. Climbs up big! Harmlessly behind. Carrillo. Bebeto has found the net here, of course. Out to the left it goes. And there's the end of the first half. How would you review the first half?
Flamengo really should be thinking about killing this off early in the second half, Peter. The boss will be demanding the same level of intensity from his team, so I'd expect to see the same positive intent after the break, the same purpose again.
Flamengo in control at half-time, 2-0. And the second half gets underway. Turns back here, probably the best option. Now that looks a decent ball. Griezmann. Played into space.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Carrillo. Over to the left. Pinches it off him. Nice bit of trickery. Bebeto was only too happy to help out in defence.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Tries a shot! And it's there! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Flamengo are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
A case now of complete control.
Flamengo are clearly enjoying a very good spell. The flow of momentum is bang in their favour.
Now the delivery. And it's safely in the keeper's hands. Belletti. And it's Alaba. Here's Roberto Carlos. He's coming under serious pressure here.
Well, learning from your mistakes and not repeating them is never completely guaranteed, but that rear guard is more focused on him now.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Goes looking wide. Now, what about a counter-attack? Neither of these two want to come off second best. Now it's Bebeto. Now it's Griezmann. And he's managed to get free. Cross into the box. He's got tall. Decent attempt, but not quite good enough. So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, Peter, I don't think there's anything tactical or injury related here. I think it's just all about the push for a goal now.
Carrillo. That is good strength. Looking to play him in. Griezmann. Chouameni. And it's Griezmann. Now it's Bebeto. It's come through and he's had a quick chance! Oh, the ball, and it's come back out to him. It's in! Comfort, yet more comfort, easing away. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
So there's going to be another change here. Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Looking for the run. He can run onto that. He's away! Can he finish? And it's in! And this is getting ridiculous, borderline crazy.
Look, all they want to hear right now is the final whistle. They've been humiliated.
Flamengo are having a ball here.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Ambitious ball here. Now it's Eto'o. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Carrillo. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. He's in space and looking for options. Defending was strong and firm. Now it's Iniesta. And here's the chance to counter. Now that is tidy, really tidy. So what can they make of this? Chouameni wins the duel this time. Griezmann. Iniesta. Belletti. Cross to the back post. No, that's not going to find its target. Roberto Carlos looking to penetrate opposition lines. And he's had it nicked away. Carrillo. Added time going up here. It's 3 minutes. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. Now, can they get him away? And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Flamengo looking by any yardstick formidable, truly enjoyable to watch and clearly so together. That was a terrific day for them. Bebeto claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Flamengo definitely impressing me here, especially the way that attack clicked. Whether it was link-up play, running in behind, this has just been a great day at the office.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin, a very good evening to you all. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Kante becomes the latest member of the 300 club, another feather in his cap in what has become a fine career.
Well, Peter, he has been the servant who keeps on giving to this team. You don't get to do what he has without a dedication and motivation that simply never wavers.
And we have our very first corner. He's got tall. He will be livid with himself.
I think it's a very fair effort, Peter, considering he didn't have much in the way of space to play with.
Oh, that's a key interception. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Now it's Eto'o, and it's made its way to him. He's found a way through. Good claim. No margin for error there. Courtois did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Now it's Rijkaard. Owen. And that could set him on his way. Conte. And it's Kaka. Oh, good-looking ball. Kaka. Kaka going face-to-face. And the shot! It's bounced back off the post. And that's been won straight back. And the shot! Good hit, kept the keeper honest. This their second corner of the game. Danielson! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome. Well read, nice interception. So what can they make of this? Well, that's beautifully weighted. Takes a shot! Goal! Flamengo! And Flamengo take the lead.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. And it's Owen. Kante wins the duel this time. Quarter of an hour played. And no, that was never going to make it. Davids. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Kaka. Oh, this is a terrific run. Now, can he finish? Oh, it's come off the upright. Ball's out once more. Ball's out. It'll be a throw-in again. Pele. And that's put paid to a promising move. Rijkaard. Eto'o. Costa Curta. No, that's been intercepted. That's a good run down the left. Danielson. Owen. He's having a shot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Corner number 3 coming up. Abbiati breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. And now they can spring out of defence. Davids. And it's Owen. Batistuta. Davids. Pele. And he was quick to react. And he's intervened well there. Conte. That is ended up in no man's land.
They'll want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Gives it back.
Modern football for you and all that pressing.
Pele. Real chance! He's missed, but not by that far.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, that's fabulous. Oh, what has happened here?
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Flamengo clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
He's on and a chance! It's hit the upright. And he hits the net. They have come roaring back.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
That has certainly made things interesting.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next go...
There it is! Owen. And here's Batistuta. And that has left him in a heap. Well, he's looking at the referee, but the referee is shaking his head. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Good ball, good take. Now he's off and running. Now it's Batistuta. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Flamengo are level pegging at half-time then, and it's a finely balanced game. 1-1 the score. There's the whistle then to start the second half. Marquinhos clears. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. Kukçu. Looking to play him in. And can he finish? And it's a goal!
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
And the volley. Terrific save by Abbiati. Good chance here. Oh, that was no routine save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
They're up to 5 corners now. Takes the shot. That's got him rattled. The corner count is rising. That's 6. Gets his head on it! In he goes again! And that has been clubbed away. Flamengo needing a change of fortune here. Davids. Now it's Eto'o. Foot in. Not the most convincing of passes. Knocks it into space. Oh, super find. Great chance! And yes, it's there! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic. Well, Pete...
And he's had a hit! They want to be quick to recover this. That'll be a throw. Davids. Pele.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose. And Batistuta! It's loose now and they want to get... Oh, he's been caught napping! Cafu plays it in. Davids. And this is Batistuta. Conte. Eto'o. Can he spark a counter here? Can he get on the end of this? That is good alertness. Spread out to the left. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Cafu, not one to pass up the chance to run up the defence. He loves those duels.
Well, I thought that run had balance and control, skill and strength. The sort of desire we hope will spread.
Now it's Pele. Pass is just off target. And that is as far as they're going to go. That's been cut out. Well played. Great work on the overlap. He is through here. Oh, what a climb! It's in! And they're back in front. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Mirasol are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. Well, this is what we've been waiting for. And this is Neymar. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
Flamengo really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Oh, important interception. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
He's gone for goal! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
He just didn't catch that one right, and he knows it.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Now it's Torres. Fernando Torres. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Oh, that's ambitious. And it's Kukçu. And here's Torres. Torres!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And here's Batistuta. Well, now it's a race for the ball.
That's good play from him.
Oh, he's bustling through here. There's the shot. It's there. And surely now, the result beyond doubt. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Yeah, I'd rather praise the scorer than criticise the defence here. He stepped forth and conquered.
2 up and very little time left. Surely this is it.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
Five minutes to add. Oh, nicely intercepted. Now that's well seen too. Cruyff. And he's picked out the run. And he's a decent chance! Oh, another save. He gets big! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Ibrahimovic clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Corner number 2 then. Brilliantly cut out. And that will be the final act. Flamengo pleasingly clever on the ball. They had their moments, but ultimately they take away nothing. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team was trying to achieve, whether it's the manager's message not getting through or not having the right players in the right positions. It all looked a bit lost.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
I think it's got to be Alexis Sanchez, a sensation when he's in full flow. Although he's played as a central striker, I prefer him operating out wide, where he enjoys more space, and that enables him to generate greater momentum for a one-on-one. And yeah, I think he's a huge threat.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there. There's the whistle. So, Jim, this feels like a lineup designed to counter threats out wide, is that it?
Yeah, you will in theory have the numerical advantage, Peter, on the wings. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge for the opposition to try to get past you. On the other hand, you're essentially inviting your opponents up the field. It's going to be a fine balancing act between letting your opponents have the ball and looking for opportunities to counter. But it can work really well.
Now, this could be a chance. Knocks it out wide. Oh, that's a clever-looking ball. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Belletti. Sanchez with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Rudiger. He's beaten the last man. And this is Roberto Carlos. Up he goes! Oh, it's fallen loose again! Goal! Flamengo! And Flamengo take the lead. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Yeah, his instinct told him that the keeper would struggle to cope with that, so top marks for him following up. I think it's really sharp play, it was well read, and he was a little quicker than everybody else.
Flamengo make the perfect start. They are already ahead. Turns back here, probably the best option. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Alexis Sanchez goes looking wide. Chance for a shot! He's missed, but not by that far.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a bit disappointed with that, Peter. You would have fancied him to at least hit the target.
And it's Belletti. Sao gets across and deals with it. Alexis Sanchez. Pass somewhat off target. Chouameni. And it's Belletti. Nice looking ball. Marcao is there and he can get that clear. Defending of the desperate variety. And now a sudden chance to counter. Alexis Sanchez. Sao. Agume. Now Sao. Swings in across. And that should get the job done. Great ball, and he's in here. Showing good feet. He slings it in. Brilliantly cut out. Oh, good spread. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Agume. Passes short and sharp. He shifted it to the flank. Lovely feet. Nice interception, well timed. Alaba. And it's Iniesta. Oh, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. And it's Iniesta. And it's made its way to him. Rudiger. Flamengo looking to go into the break, 1-0 up. Lobbed in behind. Can he get onto this? And this is Griezmann. And the shot! Oh, it's hit the post! Now it's Roberto Carlos. And he's taking no chances there. Well, that has not gone well. It's Eto'o! It's there! 2 up now, and they are cruising. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it. Now they have it.
Sao. And Agume. Threads one in. Chooses to go back. And that has been knocked clear. Here comes another cross.
Been there, done that, unfortunately. You immediately want to have another go. Believe me on that.
Chouameni. Now it's Eto'o. Belletti. And this is Iniesta. Now it's Bebeto. And there is the half-time whistle. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Flamengo sitting pretty here at half-time, 2-0 up. There's the start of the second half. That's headed upfield. And this is Griezmann. Tchouaméni. Now it's Griezmann. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Agume. Sao. Now, can they get him away? The ball goes in. He rises! Oh, crucial block!
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Oh, he certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. And it's Belletti. Sao. And Agume. Not the most accurate pass. Eto'o is being harried and hassled.
Well, to be fair to that defence, it's nigh on impossible to cater for such astute movement, but at least, eventually, they've made the right call.
Tchouaméni. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Goodell does really well to win the ball there. Sao. Knocks it into space. Opts to play it back. And a shot! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. Sao plays it short. Cross goes in there. Oh, important interception. Flamengo are looking to go forward now. Eto'o. Now it's Bebeto. Now it's Griezmann. Bebeto. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Played with finesse. Sanchez finds himself offside. So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, this could be an indication that the team are setting themselves up for the counter-attack here, Peter, and he is very good at that type of thing.
Opts for safety. Sevilla looking to pass their way through. Now it's Bebeto. Oh, that's well done, really robust. And here's Alexis Sanchez. Belletti. Tchouaméni. And it's Griezmann. Roberto Carlos. Iniesta. De Jong. Eto'o looking to add to his goal. And it's Belletti. And that's been intercepted. Sevilla making another change here.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Bebeto. Griezmann. Griezmann will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Roberto Carlos. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Flamengo can consider themselves just about safe now. Agume. Iniesta. It's Belletti. Can he spark a counter here? That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And it's Sanchez. Now it's Eto'o. Eto'o stood his ground strongly. Alaba. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. And that will be the final act. Well, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Victory never in doubt in the mind of the mastermind in all of this. A solid win, which will be welcomed all round. Eto'o claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing to their strengths. There was a clear picture of what they set out to do, and the players were determined to deliver it, and they did.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Hi, Peter. Always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. There's the whistle, and here we go. Bebeto. Now it's Griezmann. Now it's Bebeto. That ball looks a good one. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. He shifted it to the flank. Good pressure, determined, intense. Now it's Bebeto. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Can he get it through? It's a promising position. Passes coming off in quick succession here. The referee's awarded a free kick.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
He's gone for the shot! They've played it short. And it's played in. And he gets rid in a hurry. And he's quick to get it clear again. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say.
He's gone for goal! Straight at the keeper.
His reputation is better than what we've just seen.
Griezmann proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Flamengo yet to have an attempt on goal. No, it's come to nothing. Tries to pass it through. Tries to crash through the challenge, but no. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Played out to the left flank. Oh, good-looking ball. It's a good spell of possession, this. Oh, super ball. Can he finish? And it's a goal! Terrific goal. What a super sharp finish.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
Zaragoza have penetrated for the first time.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Played out wide. Yeah, he's offering an apology for that. He needed to deliver a better ball.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Spread it left. Spread out to the left. Cross goes in there.
That was well seen too. Good clearance.
Played it. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Out to the left it goes. Iniesta. It's Belletti. Iniesta. And it's Belletti.
Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
And here's Griezmann. Now it's Bebeto. Out towards the flank. Now it's Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos did... Oh, what a climb! Oh, that was no routine save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Alaba. De Jong. Iniesta. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. And the first 45 minutes are up. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Chouameni,
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
that's a sharp pass. Look at the space here. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Flamengo still this single goal behind. Passing is crisp and sharp, and that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Eto'o gets into a good position, looking to play him in. Iniesta could try cutting inside here. Up he goes! No, couldn't quite control it.
Well, the manager clearly has to react to this and tactically change what's happening. It's too easy for them to get in.
Quarter of an hour into the second half. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Iniesta. He's in plenty of space here.
Flamengo really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Out for a throw. Chouameni. Bebeto. Iniesta being hunted in packs.
Yeah, he's had so much room to operate in. He's been running the show, but maybe the curtain's about to come down on him.
Roberto Carlos cuts it out. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And it's Eto'o. Chouameni. Now it's Bebeto. "75 minutes played. Now he's off and running.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
The final moments of a game that has been pretty compelling overall.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is something you can always cling to.
It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. Well, the movement is slick. He's had a shot! Quite brilliant from Griezmann! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And that takes him up to 30. And it has to be said, an absolute gift.
I think the defence really need to wake up here, Peter. They really shouldn't be getting caught out like that.
Time for a change in personnel.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this.
Tony Moya.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
Thinks about the shot. Big chance! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Griezmann.
This is the time you need that pace.
Roberto Carlos. Looking here to chip it through. And there goes the final whistle. Decent game of football that, intense, intriguing, and both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Flamengo must have viewed this game as very winnable, but will no doubt have a healthier respect for this opposition now.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Hi, Peter. Always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Well, it's a formation, this, Jim, with a packed midfield, isn't it?
Yeah, and it allows for a lot of flexibility, Peter. You know, combative without the ball, expansive with it. It's a system that's naturally going to ask an awful lot from your central striker, but also for anyone positioned out wide. You're the key supply route, and at the same time, the defensive cover. So effectively, you're the lungs and legs of the team.
So that's got things underway.
Well, there's a big game player, if ever there was one.
Iniesta, universally admired. So what do we expect from him today, Jim?
Well, he's the master of time and space, Peter. He finds those little pockets in dangerous areas, moves the ball forward, taking people in the narrowest of spaces and delivers precision balls. And he does it pretty much better than anyone else. Class.
Played out to the right. It's a throw-in. Gets into some space. Ball driven towards the far post. Bebeto. Played through into space. Griezmann could try cutting inside here. No outsmarting him this time. Griezmann unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Goes looking wide. That had too much on it. Chouameni. And here's Eto'o. Bebeto. And that is expertly dealt with. Pretty cagey early on from both sides. Gives it back. Spread it left. Now that looks a decent ball. Drilled in low. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
And this is Bebeto. Rudiger.
Well, both teams are proceeding with caution, but there's plenty of time to wait for some attacking purpose.
That is lovely. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Eto'o. Now it's Griezmann.
Such good technique.
And shot a goal! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Well, talking about creating a problem for yourself, OK, credit to good pressing, but that was entirely avoidable.
He's got tall. Oh, it's hit the post. Just off target.
Oh, that's just unfortunate. Really, really unfortunate.
And he's forced to go back. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And that has left him in a heap.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
"15 minutes till half-time. Lovely bit of skill. The ball's gone astray. Griezmann. And the counter is on. Roberto Carlos. And here's Griezmann. Roberto Carlos got a long way forward to join the attack. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. Opts for safety. He shifted it to the flank. And they're not going to make any further progress now. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Great vision. It's a promising position. Played in. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Threads one in. Bebeto.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Bebeto! It's a loose ball. Oh, what has happened here? And a cross. And the first half is done. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. How would you review the first half?
Well, I think despite the scoreline, Peter, there's only one team in it. They might not have made the most of their chances so far, but I see no signs of frustration creeping in. Maybe a bit of fine-tuning during the break, and they should get their reward in the second half.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. And the action is back on the way.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little more life in this.
And that is as far as they're going to go. Caresses it through. Bayer gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Belletti. Spread out to the left. And he's picked it up out wide. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Well, there's the clearance. Rudiger. Well, we're still waiting for a goal to report here. Chouameni.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Shoots! And he's there to clear it. Has crossed into them. He gets big! Eto finds himself offside. Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. Griezmann.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Roberto Carlos, a player who needs no introduction. Bebeto. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, such a clever touch. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Bebeto. Bebeto has got himself a free kick. Out to the left it goes. Manu Vallejo. Now it's Griezmann. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Wow, look who's involved.
Well, it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
They'll have one final crack at it. Tries to pass it through. He's in space and looking for options.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Great defending, strong and determined. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Still no sign of a breakthrough, which comes as quite a surprise if you consider the gulf in quality between the two teams. Now it's Manu Vallejo. He's dealt with that really well.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's gone for goal! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
It's really well read here, but having done the hard part, he'll be slightly disappointed not to make more of it.
Time for a change in personnel.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
And it's been taken short. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
He has found the way through. Griezmann providing an outlet on that flank. De Jong. And it's Eto'o. Nicely weighted ball. There's the shot! Well, that was nice, but not quite the end product required. And the referee brings it to a close. Frustration, exasperation, vexation, certainly from an attacking perspective. Neither side able to make an impression despite all the huff and puff. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
A rather flat performance for me when we expected something a lot stronger. I think they thought the win would just come to them, and it didn't.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.